Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Welcome to my channel Learn Math with Sayyid Ali. Today our topic is radical math, and radical math is, what is radical math? A radical expression is defined as any expression containing this symbol, radical symbol. This symbol is called radical symbol, right? And we use some of the rules to solve those expressions which contains these radical symbols, right? So the basic things which we did in grade maybe 8, that if it is half power, we do not write it here half or 2, right? It is 2. It is understood that it is 2. But if I put 3, then it is third root or cube root. If I put here 4, it's the fourth root, right? So this we did in grade 8. What we need to understand is that if my expression is like this, something on the top of the radical symbol and something inside the radical symbol, right? So A is called index. This is important. A is called index. And this symbol, we know that this is radical. So this is radical sign, we call radical. And B is called radicand, right? So we have to take the radical of that particular number which is inside the radical symbol. So we call it radicand, right? We will see how to take radicand of different numbers, or we will solve some expressions, but we should know that there must be certain rules following the radical math. So if I have two expressions like with the same index, right? So both have got same index, but inside the radicand is different, right? And they are multiplying. So it's kind of same thing which we did, like, so it remains B, and that will be multiplied. The radicand will be multiplied by each other. So we learned the first step, that to solve the radical expressions, we should know that if index is same, the radicand can be multiplied, right? Or if we have different index but same radicand, let's say A and A, right? Same radicand but different index, then we can take this as same, but these index can be multiplied. So index will be multiplied here. So if we remember these rules, one more rule is there. If we have something like index is H and A, here we can say, okay, this is division. So ratio is division, right? We can write it in division or we can write it in ratio. So H, see what we can write. We can write H is same because H is common to both of them. Index is same, but the radicand is ratio, and ratio can be written as like this. And this can be written as, right, H is that same, H or the index is same. And we can say that A is to C, right? A over C can be written as A is to C, right? So now if we have this much knowledge of radical math, we can solve small questions. And one of the questions sent to me is this one. 10 x cubed dot 3 radical 10. So my index is 10 again. And my radicand is here, x power 5, right? So 5, and then I have 10 again, and my radicand is x square. So in this question, we can see that these numbers which are outside which is outside this radical sign are the constant numbers. They are integers. So we have to keep them separate because they are the numbers which we will make 3 times 5 is 15. But what is happening here is all of the indexes are same. So if indexes are same, I can write that at once, and the inside thing can be multiplied if the index is same. So first rule, right? That's why I give you certain introduction to get to the solution of this question. So now we have x power 3, x power 5, x square, right? And then I have here 15, that will be constant. And here I can add them up because this is exponent rule. So 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 2 is 10. So I have 10 as a radicand and 10 as an index, right? So if I have 10 and 10, so that means it becomes x, right? So 15 to the x, or we can say that my answer is 15x. So this is my answer for this question. So the student has sent me only one question, but I can go ahead with certain more examples because we have the rules on the top, and then we are discussing these questions. So this is my question number 1 and question number 2. So the questions are simple, but we should know the basic relationship or basic rules to solve these questions. So if another question can be asked like this, if we have the index 4, 1 over 12, index 4 under root 3, index 4 under root 64. So everything which we write here has got index of 4. So 4 I can keep as a constant on index, and then the internal things like the radicands can be multiplied. So 1 over 12 times 3 times 64. And if I simplify this, I can get, what I can get? 16. So if I get 16, right? So if I get 16, what is 4th root of 16, which is 2? We did this, how to get the 4th root, right? So if 2 is multiplied by 4 times, it gives me 16, right? So this is how we calculate this. So these are the 2 simple examples. We can have more examples or more oral thingy. What oral things we can add on here? Let's say the question says like this. It's just I am providing these more solutions or understanding of the topic, radical math, right? So if question is written 5x to the power half, how can I write it in the radical math, right? I can write this in the radical math as 5 under root x. 5 under root x, right? So the half power, we do not write on the radical sign, right? So we do not write that as an index. This is understandable that, okay, so this is 5 under root x. 5 is outside the radical. It's not the, like, you have to be careful when you write. So it's away from the radical sign. 5 is outside, right? So similarly, if we have a small question like this, to get more understanding, so we have a question like 3mn square to the power of 2 by 3, right? So how can we solve this, right? So 2 is the square, right? 2 is the square, but 1 over 3 is the index. So this 1 over 3 is index. So that means I have to write 3 because 1 over 3 is index. Rest of this square is squaring everything here. 3 times 2 is 9, right? M square is m square. N square is n power 4. So this is cube root of 9m square n power 4. And if you want to solve it, or you can say that, okay, in radical sign, I can write it like this. No need to solve it because we just need to know that how to express this thing in a radical terms, right? It was exponent term and we write it into radical term, right? So this is one small example. We can write maybe 2 more examples. So we have question 5. Maybe we can write something 3x to the power 0. This we know already, right? Because from the exponent rule, we know that anything raised to the power 0 is 1. So my answer is 3. These are really simple. So, and I can add to this video for your general knowledge and general math that if this power is 0 anything raised to the power 0, right? Anything. So in the bracket is minus 3x, but anything raised to the power 0 is 1. So my answer is 1 here, right? So take another example, maybe question number 7. What you can say is 2n square raised to the power 3 by 4. What does it mean? 3 by 4, right? So as I said before for the previous question, this 2 by 3 question, where the power was 2 by 3, right? So here power or the index is 4. So you have to understand that the denominator is always goes into the index. So this is index, and this cube is cubing everything in the bracket. So you have to cube everything in the bracket. 2 cube is 8, 2 times 2 times 2, and n to the power 2 times 3 is 6. So you got this answer, right? 4. So index is 4, right? So cube 4th root of 8 n to the power 6. So question like this can be asked. We can have another video on this so that we have some more practice on radical math. Hope you like the video. If you like it, subscribe to my channel, press the bell icon button to receive another video. Thank you for watching.